Will.i.am sends a powerful message to musicians. Check it out. Yo, Polly Rob, what up? What up?
How do artists make money off it from that model? I mean, how do you as an artist profit off that when people are making money or seeing your work for free on services like that?
Um, the dirty little secret is that very, very few artists actually made a really healthy living selling records in the history of the music industry, because people forgot that the music industry was always technology. Like, people forgot that RCA was technology that Americans used in World War I and II, and then RCA became a consumer product, and then bought Victor's talking machine, and it also became our radio. And it's also the reason why artists don't get paid terrestrial radio um, right, rights in America, because it was always the lost leader. Here, 2013, if you didn't write the song and you just performed it, you don't get any money when it's played on radio. Now, if you're an act from 1960 and your song's playing on K Earth 101, and right after it is a Depends commercial because you know exactly who the audience is, older folks, that artist isn't participating in any of the revenue because America doesn't practice terrestrial radio rights. So you have to look at the origins of the music industry being hardware. Our music was made to sell hardware, to the point that if you sold outside of that circle, you were deemed a sellout. A sellout doesn't mean you change your morals. You sold out of the circle of things you were supposed to sell. Phonographs, record players. We could have been signed a Cadillac. There's radios in Cadillac. But that's not what we were supposed to sell. So artists are supposed to make money when they come up with other things to sell and use their music to sell it. Dr. Dre and Beats, me and I.am Plus, or going out and selling out venues. You want to sell out? Sell out the Staples Center. You want to make money? Do your own festival. Write your own songs. Because publishing was the first music industry. You wrote songs, they printed on sheet music, and you sold pianos, trumpets, violins, violas, tubas, oboes. And people came together to play them, and they sold out Carnegie Halls. And architects built cathedrals and theaters. Music is supposed to build bars, and you're supposed to sell other things with it. Until the music industry figures out what we're going to sell hardware, then we are just a hired gun to sell somebody else's stuff.
Isn't that mind blowing? The concept of thinking that music is used to sell products is it's mind blowing to me. You know what I'm saying? Have I sold products with music? For sure. Just dealing with, one of my biggest records that I did engineering, recording, co-production, on the record, Teach Me How to Dougie by Cali Swag District. That record still to this day is getting licensed so many different ways, but we had Fortnite situation where it was used as the dance in Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? Then so many movies it got licensed to promote just the energy of a scene or whatnot. To promote products. So many different things. So I agree with what Will.i.am is saying, and it's crazy because even now in today's time, us as musicians and even artists, we need to rethink the way we do our rollouts. We need to rethink the way we do our marketing, and we need to rethink the partnerships that we take on when we have our music, because hip hop is everywhere. It's everywhere. Like, it's very, very popular. And it's the number one music in the world right now, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could be wrong, it may be number two, but to me, I think it's number one for sure. Um, the strongest thing that he said was explaining the concept of a sellout. When we hear sellout, the first thing we hear is we're doing something that's away from our true nature. We're going away from our true nature. But when he mentioned sellout, he mentioned it in the context of it's almost like you're planning to sell other types of products that has nothing to do with actual music products, which I understand. You know what I mean? Back in the days, it was about selling guitars, selling pianos, and I agree with that. Selling performances, things like that. Nowadays it's more so, selling cereals, selling toys, selling movies, music. They reflipped the music for the trailers to sell a movie. Transformers did it when they reflipped a Biggie record. You know what I mean? Um, you know, uh, selling shows, of course. Selling out tours, things like that. Like music in its popularity does so much for so many other companies and so many other types of businesses. It's like we need to really be focused on the value that we have with our music and really start to benefit from it the monetary way. You know what I mean? Like we need to really stick to our guns and do our business the right way. Do especially in ownership of music. Like you're giving away your publishing, you're giving away your ownership so another company can benefit and make money and you make crumbs. We need to change that. You know what I mean? Will.i.am was so ahead of the curve when he was talking about this because, partnering up with AI companies, partnering up with, other technology companies that helps, build structures, having ownership in those type of companies because your music is popular, because you are a popular musician. You know what I mean? I had a conversation with uh, uh, with Lawrence from 1500 to Nothing at the Tech Lamert conference, and he was telling me about some things he got in the works. I'm not gonna mention it, but he got some things in the works that has to deal with technology and the progression of music as well. So salute to Rance, you know what I'm saying? Salute to Mars, 1500 as well. But we need to start really, advancing ourselves and making sure that our music does us justice on a monetary level and on a success level. You know what I mean? Even myself, even local astronauts, like, we got a lot of things coming. Like we have, a TV streaming network that's coming. You know what I mean? We also have, books that's coming. I have a book that I finished writing. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you about that in a separate video. But we have books coming up in the works. We have, movies coming up in the works. We have, a big complex that we're working on to help a lot of creatives, bring things to the forefront. You know what I mean? And that's what the music does. The music that we create, it helps us to do other business in other areas and other fields of business. You know what I mean? So that was powerful what Will.i.am said. I want to hear what y'all think about that. You know what I mean? Especially the musicians. I want to hear from y'all because it's important. You know what I mean? Us as musicians and producers, I wouldn't call myself a musician because I don't play keys or play instruments like my other counterparts, but I am a producer and I do produce music, and I'm a part of the wave of creating some of the best music out there. You know what I mean? But I want to hear from y'all on what do you think we should do to help expand our income palette from the music that we do. You know what I'm saying? And just by knowing that a lot of the music, as far as streaming, as far as royalties, like it's the lowest on the total pole as far as income that you bring in, to a point where some musicians have to just have regular jobs and live their regular lives and do music on the side. You know what I mean? But I want to hear what y'all think. Let me know in the comments. We need to continue to publicize great content and great information, and that's why I do these type of updates, because I want to expand on these things that these musicians and artists and business entrepreneurs are saying. You know what I mean? Like they give us some good game and we need to focus on that. You know what I mean? So I want to hear what y'all think. Man, y'all got me up to like 686 subscribers, and it's just the next day from me getting 650 subscribers. What's going on? Y'all love me like that? I appreciate it, because I love y'all like that. But y'all really been showing me love. I got over 90,000 views collectively on all my videos. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm gonna keep this content coming. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I get to 1,000. Well, I will get to 1,000, but still it's by the grace of you guys. You know what I'm saying? And I could be able to monetize and bring some more content that I got under the works. I appreciate y'all. Hit me in the comments because you already know I'll talk back. And to the next video, man. Work low.